Hey everybody, Mike here. So I just recently hit the 3-year mark on this ZUGU case that I keep on my iPad Pro. Now this will fit the 2021 and 2022 models. I thought I'd go ahead and give you some updated thoughts as to what I thought about this case after 3 years of use. So at the time that I was buying this new iPad and replacing my other one, I had always run OtterBox Defender cases in the past and wanted to try something a little bit different this time. And I'll tell you what, as big a fan as I was of the OtterBox cases, I'm an even bigger fan of this ZUGU case after 3 years. The biggest thing that drew me to this case over the case I had previously, this one is a lot thinner than the previous case that I had, and the fact that I didn't have to worry about having an extra piece that slapped over the top of the screen to protect it when I had it in storage, whereas this one here has that flap that fits over the screen real nicely. It's got a felt backing that touches the screen itself, and it's got kind of a magnetic touch to it. When you turn this thing upside down, the protector that goes over the front of the screen doesn't flap around, and you don't have to worry about that thing not staying in place. The other cool feature in this case that I didn't plan on actually being something I needed, there's two little magnets on the back of this kickstand that actually do a really good job of holding to a metal surface. So as you see here on the fridge, I'm able to slap this thing on the fridge and it holds the weight of the iPad just fine, which is really nice because we're in here preparing dinner or working in the kitchen. I can stick this thing on the fridge like so, and we can watch this thing from the island, whether it be we're trying to learn a new recipe or we're just wanting background noise or entertainment value while we're in here working together. So I thought that was a really cool thing, something I wasn't really planned on when I got it, but one of those uses that I kind of later on figured out along the way. Now the other thing that's nice about this little kickstand back here is when you flip the cover around like so, that becomes a kickstand. And a lot of times in the evenings, especially at night, when we sit down and watch TV for a little bit, I'll usually have the iPad in my lap and I'll be multitasking. And what's nice about that is this thing will kind of prop itself up at different angles, depending on where you're comfortable at when you got this thing sitting in your lap, or if it's sitting on your desk, or when you're watching or working on this thing, you can adjust the angle and get it just right, depending on what kind of glare you might be getting, or what the appropriate viewing angle might be for you and your liking. Now, another cool feature that this thing had, and I just now started taking advantage of this, was about a year ago, I did pick up one of these Apple pencils, and what's really cool about that is this is where the magnet is on the iPad itself, and they did a really good job of making sure that you can still incorporate that pencil, and it'll charge still as well. Now, there's also a spot back here on the back that if you decided you wanted to store it, you can slide that pencil down in that little pouch as well, which is going to be probably just a little bit more secure. Although I've never had an issue, and I keep this thing up here on the top full time, I've never had an issue with this pencil popping off at all. And this iPad goes everywhere with me. In fact, I take it to work with me every single day in my book bag and work from time to time on it when I've got some downtime to work on my own stuff, as well as I take it to farmers markets with me as well on the weekends when we sell our products that we sell here on the farm. This case has been huge and instrumental in keeping this iPad protected. In all honesty, when I do go to replace this iPad one day down the road, I'm going to go right back to ZUGU and looking for the updated case and model for that iPad when the time comes. While I know this case is a little bit more expensive than a lot of the cases you could pick up out there, I can personally attest this case is more than paid for itself over the years. I've dropped this iPad multiple times. I don't have any kind of damage on this thing at all. When you pair this iPad with a nice screen protector, you really can't go wrong. You've done your part to protect your investment. It gives you a great peace of mind knowing that you're protecting your investment for years to come. And while I know this case is a little bit on the expensive side, I can personally attest for the peace of mind that this case has given me over the last 3 years, knowing that my iPad's properly protected. I've had no issues with damage in that time frame, and that's including the several times that I've dropped this thing over the years. I hope that was somewhat helpful for you today, guys. If you're on the fence on whether this is the right decision for you or not, I'd like you to consider how much these iPads cost, and really for the value you're getting out of this case, it's a drop in the bucket in my opinion. That's all I've got for you on this one. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.